David Montaign says that Jesus is going to return on 21st of December. He is a false prophet. Don't listen to him. This is just one of his silly stories. He says that the Mayans lived here in the middle of the Americas. The Jews lived here in Israel. The Mayan calendar does not end. This is where the Mayans lived. We have just finished the 13th Baktun, and we're now in the 14th Baktun in the Mayan calendar. After 20 of those is a Piktun, after 20 of those a Kalabtun and a Kinchtun, and then finally it's an Alatun, and that is 63 million years into the future. This is not a calendar that ends. This is the Pope, and he follows on from Saint Peter, the 12th apostle of Jesus. The apostles and Jesus lived there, and they knew nothing about the Mayans. The Mayans knew nothing about Jesus, or the apostles, or the popes. The Mayans do not say anything about Jesus returning. They do not know who Jesus is. They did not know who Jesus was. So this has nothing to do with that. You should not take the prophecy of Jesus and add it into the Mayan calendar. That is just not a right thing to do. And that basically is it. What else do I need to say? He has just taken, and then he's going to, and he claims that because Montaign found a figure of 7 years in the Bible, in the book of Revelation. That's quite a common number in Christianity. He took that number and he added it onto the Mayan calendar. But they didn't even know each other's continents existed. And because of this number juggling that he does, then Montaign says that on the 21st of December, the world is going to turn upside down. There's no reason to believe that at all. It's not only it's absolute nonsense, it is impossible. The world cannot turn upside down. That is as silly as saying that Mount Everest will sprout wings and fly over to Greenland. It can't happen. I've explained that in my previous video. The world cannot turn upside down. So you have nothing to worry about. And this chap, he knows nothing about geology. This is such a silly idea. I can't express how silly this idea is. His claim that the world is going to turn upside down. He just doesn't understand. He's very silly in what he says about the Mayans and about Christianity, and what he says about geology is very silly, and what he says about astronomy is very silly. He just says silly ideas, and he goes online and says them, and writes them, and then people believe them and get scared. Don't listen to him. He is a false prophet, and the Bible says clearly, don't listen to false prophets, because they will just scare you, and they won't help you at all. And so that's my simple message. Just stop listening to him. And so then I have a list somewhere here about 7 tips. So first thing, when you panic, then try breathing in and out. Out. Breathe in breathe out. And just do that following this graphic or any other graphic, and your mind should calm down. When you breathe in and out, your mind calms down if you do it slowly. Then the other things, continue with your normal work, your normal job. You don't need to give everything up to just think about this false prophet. Just keep going with your normal activities. Plan things in the future after the date that scares you. Try to get lots of good sleep. And I know that's difficult, so try and find tips to help you to sleep better. Playing relaxing sounds may help. And make sure you get plenty to eat and good exercise. You can't stop yourself thinking about things that scare you, but you can get professional help from therapists, and they can help you to have a calmer mind. And then, just refuse this, you've got to see it as nonsense and bullshit. And this is not, he deserves a double face palm like that. Like that. Oh, goodness me. He's a double face palmer, this chap. That is how you should think about David Montaign.